Hello, and welcome to the channel. On today's episode, I'm going to share with you my 5 simple step process to create an ideal customer avatar. If you're new around here, welcome to the channel. I'm Kristy and I share weekly videos to help you grow your business, all so that you can live a life on your terms. Now, if that sounds like your kind of channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well as the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. Let me start off with asking you this. Are you finding it hard to attract paying customers into your business? How about, do you struggle to create new products or services because you're unsure if anyone will buy them? Perhaps you find it difficult to create social media content and copy for your website because you just don't know what to say. Well then, this episode is just for you, because by the end of today's episode, you will have a really clear idea on the steps that you need to take to create the perfect ideal customer avatar for your business. And believe me when I say this is an absolute game changer. When you are really clear on the customer that you're trying to attract or the customer that you're trying to serve in your business, you will find that everything flows so much better, including creating new products and services, the way that you market your business, the copy that you put out there on your website, and of course, all of the content marketing that you do through your social media channels. If growing your business is on the agenda this year, go ahead and hit that like button to let me know. And if you haven't already done so, grab yourself a notepad and pen because we are going to dive right in. What is a customer avatar? Well, I think that Amy Porterfield actually describes this best. Your ICA, or Ideal Customer Avatar, represents your one single perfect customer. Before you freak out and say, hang on a second, Kristy, I have more than one ideal customer that I target in my business. The truth is, what we're trying to do is to create an avatar for our ideal client, our dream client. That way you can tailor your marketing messages, create products and services that's really going to serve this dream client of yours. And why would we want to do that? In a nutshell, this is your dream client. And when you're really clear on who that is, you'll be able to go deeper and create products and services to truly solve their problems. Without defining who your ideal customer is, you're actually flying blind. You don't really know who you're looking for, you don't know where to look for them, you don't know how to communicate with them, you don't know their needs or their problems. Ultimately, your message will be weak and it won't actually reach anybody. Now, I know that you want to dive right in, so let's take a look at my simple 5-step process to creating an avatar in your business. Step 1. Do your research. And what I mean by this is, you want to go out there and have a look at all the different types of people. There are many places that you can look to start to gather information to build a profile on your ideal customer. First and foremost, who has worked with you recently or purchased from you recently that you would consider to be your dream client? Now, think about that person and start to understand what are the things about that person that makes them your dream client. Where are your inquiries coming from? So go back and have a look over past inquiries and look at who they are, where they've come from, and the types of things that they're sharing with you. Where are your existing customers coming from? Now, go back and reflect on past conversations with them. What have they told you? What are their stories? What are elements of that that really piques your interest? Here's a big one. Who's your competitors' customers? What are the qualities of their customers that you would like to have for your own? Are your ideal clients hanging out in large Facebook groups or forums? Do a keyword search to uncover what are the things that are coming up for them. And that way then you can start to pluck out key elements from this to pop into your ideal customer avatar profile. What about your network? Is there anyone in your friends or family or acquaintances that display qualities that you would consider to be your dream client? Perhaps you were once your ideal customer. Oftentimes when we're creating our own business, it comes from our own journey, from our own story. So think back to pre-transformation. What are the elements that you were experiencing that was going on for you that you could add to your ideal customer avatar? And finally, take a look at your existing social media channels. Are there particular followers in there that really pique your interest? Take a bit of a closer look at who they are and ask yourself questions, why would I consider them to be a dream client? And start to pluck out elements of that to again put into the avatar. Step 2, we are going to get creative and visualize who our ideal client is. Now that you've done the research of all of the elements that you'd like to pop into your ideal customer avatar, I want you to move out of your head and into your heart. By doing this, you start to be able to create those images and pictures and the feelings of who that ideal customer might be. All you do is close your eyes, take a couple of conscious breaths, and just let your imagination run wild. After a few minutes and you start to gather up even more information, get a piece of paper and a pen and write down everything that you saw in your imagination. Or if you're anything like me, when I'm in that creative space, I actually get my mobile phone, hit the microphone button and just start talking. From there, I then listen to it and then write down all of my keynotes. This process may seem a little bit hippie, but you will be amazed at what comes up for you and what you can then add in to your profile. Step number 3. Use the worksheet. I have created an ideal customer avatar profile worksheet just for you. You can grab the link down below. I'd love to walk you through the worksheet. Here it is. So we start off with your ideal customer's personal details, their age, where they work, where do they live, all of those types of things. We also go a little bit deeper into her likes and her dislikes, as well as what sort of content does she consume? Where will you find her? Where will you find her hanging out? Online, offline? What about her hobbies? What does she enjoy doing? Then we move into more about her problem that you're trying to solve. So diving deep into what her problems are and the emotions that are underpinned by her problem. If you remember from last episode, I went into the intrinsic and the extrinsic solutions that you provide. Now, if you'd like to know more about that, I'll tag the video at the end of this one. On the 3rd page, we dive into her weaknesses, her strengths. What's she great at? What does she need to work more on? I also go even into what triggers her, what inspires her, her idols. So as you can see, it is quite a detailed profile, definitely worth going ahead and downloading. We are on the home stretch now. Number 4. Find an image of your ideal client. Okay, so we want to take your ideal customer avatar to the next level. You want to find an image that you think best reflects your dream client. Now, of course, not everybody is going to look like this image, but what it does is it really brings that profile to life so that you really start to think about that one person that you want to work with. It's also a great visual representation when you're creating new products or services, or you're crafting marketing messages, or you're working on your website. You can have that image front and center so that you're deeply reflecting on your ideal client when you're working on your business. Well done, we have made it to step number 5. Create more than one avatar if you have more than one person who is making a purchase decision. Now, what I mean by this is that if there are more than one person who's invested in buying your product, then you really want to create more than one avatar to encapsulate all those decision makers. For example, you might be selling expensive homewares, in which case you might want 2 parties that are both decision makers in the process and create avatars based on these 2 people. Another example is that you may be B2B selling, business to business selling, in which case there may be multiple stakeholders that are invested in making the decision to buy your product or service. Another reason why you might have different customer avatars is because you have different types of products in your business. For example, you might have digital products and you might have in-person products, both targeted at very different audiences. And we're done. We have finished all 5 steps to be able to complete your ideal customer avatar. Let's do a quick recap of what we've covered today. 1, do your research. 2, get creative and imagine your dream client. 3, use the worksheet, the link is below. 4, find an image of your ideal client. And 5, create multiple avatars if you have different people involved in the purchase decision. So I hope that you are much clearer on not only the process to be able to identify who that dream client is, but also maybe through this video, you've actually started to think about who that person is and some of the elements that you'll be popping into the worksheet. Don't forget, down below is the link for your free worksheet so that you can get started today. And because I know you are keen to grow your business, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and the bell so that you're notified each week when I upload a new video.